first day I came to the cotton business, I didn't really, I was 18, I guess, 17. And so I came up here and said, well, I'll find me a job. And they said, you can't find a job in Memphis. I said, oh, I'll find a job. And I walked down the street and saw some men standing in the doorway. And I asked them if they knew where a boy could get a job. And they said, yeah, it was a man up there that day or two before that talking about he wanted to find him a young boy to do work. And he told me where to go. And I went up to his office to see him and talk to him. And so the next day they called me and wanted me to come back up here. And so I came on back up here and talked to them. And they said, well, we want you to come to work. And I said, okay. And I said, he said, when can you come? I said, well, I guess maybe tomorrow. So I went home. My dad had farmed down there, and I went out on the farm, found him, told him, I said, I need you to take me to Memphis. I got a job. And this was about 4:30 in the afternoon. And we came up here and just started riding, and we came in Bellevue, and at Bellevue and Madison, there was a big boarding house out there, and they had a sign out there, rooms for rent. So I said, let me go in here. And it was a big about a three-story building. And so I went in there, and there's a real nice lady in there, and I told her, I said, I just need to get a room. I've got a job up here, and I want to get a room and board, and if you have something. She said, I got a nice room here that we can put you up in. And I said, okay. So I went in and looked at the room, and it was just a single room. And she said, we'll rent you this room and give you your board, and we feed you here 2 meals a day for $6.25 a week. So I said, that'll be fine. And I didn't know anything about Memphis. I went out and got on the streetcar, and the streetcar turned at 3rd and went north. And I was scared to stay on that streetcar because I didn't know where it went. So I got off at 3rd Street and walked all the way back to, our office was, at that time, was right behind Goldsmiths. And I walked down there and got up there about 7:30 that morning. Wasn't anybody there but the porter. And they finally came in and started telling me what they wanted me to do. And just, in fact, I don't know that I should say this, but the office manager was away that day. He had been out that night and didn't make it back home. And they gave me some things to do, which I did the best I could, because I didn't know what I was doing. Well, that was in 1941. Well, every morning we had cotton clashed. A lot of times we'd class cotton until 10, 11 o'clock at night, and have it out on the tables displayed for people to come in and look at, because they looked at all the cotton in your office at that time. And even though the government classed the cotton, that didn't make any difference. We still classed our own cotton and put it out, and they'd come up and look at it. And it was a rule of the exchange that if a buyer was in the room, that another buyer could not come in unless he was invited to come in. And we had 2 salesmen up there. And even though we had 2 salesmen, but only one buyer was allowed unless he was invited to come in. And if he was invited to come in, he could come on in and look at most anything he wanted to that this other man was not interested in. And if he broke the rules, they were reported to the exchange.